Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. On our last installment, the last installment was just goddamn. I mean, there are no words to describe how fucked up this case really is. And speaking of which, we are going into the final trial of this game. So, without any further ado, let's get into this and finish this once and for all. From the chapter start! How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. Well, I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. I've had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. Case number 1. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today, I'll stand in court as a lawyer to prove a killer innocent. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Hello? This is Phoenix Wright.
You don't look too well, dude.
You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right?
If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me, your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too.
Now listen up, you better get unguarded a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever!
Maya. Phoenix? Phoenix? Maya! Maya! How's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times you have to... For a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left.
Stop it, please! There's nothing left.
Not here, not anywhere. Is that accursed ungood again? Will you leave me alone? Look! Don't call me anymore! I'm in it!
You're really mean, pal.
Ah! Gumshoe! I'm really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team, and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on this guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial's over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can to find the killer. If we can get Maya out, then you can get Unguard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. That's true. I could do that if they found Maya first. You got that? You have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer? If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it our all. We're going to give it all we've got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. Yeah, and a nice healthy blowjob, too. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah! Looks like we're coming to the end of this game. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. March 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Now, before I begin, this case is one of those one-shot deals. That means the end result verdict will somehow change the course of the ending. So therefore, what we want to do here is we want to get the good ending. I'm not going to do the bad ending because basically the bad ending results in, well, you know, you losing in shame and the public forgetting who the hell you actually were. So in that case, what we're going to do is we're going to roll for the good ending. March 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being, what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would, please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. And you're saying she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes. One corridor was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client, so to speak, is Matt Ungard. What a surprising turn of events! I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya is safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. And now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Hi, Snorlax. And now then, witness, your name and occupation, please.
Okay. I'm Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star.
And what is your relation to the defendant?
Well, that's, I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him, in a way, yeah.
Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much.
No, sorry. Well, but I'm just, nothing sort of guy.
On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went.
All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Ungard's room.
Okay, sure.
Visit to Matt's room. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first, I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. In talking with the bellboy is no big deal. If one assumes that the person, Mr. Ungard, was speaking with an ordinary bellboy. What are you implying? Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? Can you smell what the Edgeworth's cooking? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to we're just going to charge in head first, right? Oh, what we do here, very simple. We press the following. 1, 2, 3. Hold it! At first. What do you mean by that?
Well, he was in a bellboy-ish uniform, and he had a bottle of juice on a tray.
Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me.
Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy.
And why was that?
Why did I think that, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one.
Press this one. Hold it! You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip. But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. Press number 5. Hold it! So who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from this story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the third statement and press on that. Hold it! At first, what do you mean by that? I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated, you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself?
Ah! Yeah, that's it. You really know your job.
Miss Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony.
You mean about the bellboy, right?
This is where he says this.
Matt gave the bellboy a tip.
Press this. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that?
Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me.
How much it was?
But that's when something even more surprising happened.
The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket.
And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked.
I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by his spend. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. The tip. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think.
A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy?
Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess.
And why is that?
Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash?!
Oh, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. No, dude, that's more like a promotion. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. I say... Objection! The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious for the murder of Mr. Juan Corda? Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horse now, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the car Shelly the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Shelly the Killer. He is the person the police special investigation team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelly the Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What?! Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir. Right away. The second time. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when that bellboy I saw came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corda's room. And now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kind of out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... Thank you very much. That is all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer, then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if the bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. This is no laughing matter. Oh. Let's go. Hold it! And what time was it? Yeah, well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 p.m., right? And I went to the match room pretty soon after that, and then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 by that time? You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. Hold it! Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had these stitches in his face. Ugh. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking to Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? Hold it! The victim's room, Yeah, the one with all the pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was one's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Hold it! So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I don't have no idea what damaging things he's going to say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed. That bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers slide? Testimony slide? Pull a fast one. There is nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't! If you two are done being school children. Bellboys offer room service. There is no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness' previous statement be supplanted with this new one. It's worth. Are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. And he amends it with the following. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of the guest room empty-handed. Really? Objection! Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all the stitches and... So, a baseball has stitches. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Bitches with stitches, yo. Well, there's also... what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corder's body. The liquid inside the glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner, anyone can clearly see that is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice, most likely made, on it! The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corder's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room. Ah, but can you prove that Mr. Corder was already dead at the time? Mr. Edgeworth. Yes. I blame you for leading me down this route. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed. I recall you said something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Eh? What? that bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves. Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Oh! Boy. Does this make the bellboy look really suspicious? Alright, got to focus. Can't get lax here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright, that bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, a football's made of leather? Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant, and then he was leaving the scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. Their second meeting. No, really, it's their second meeting. Cool. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. Gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going to the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then went back to my seat. So, the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, went to the defendant's room? Yeah, I kind of saw that by accident. Some accident. I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. And now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, we're going to do the following. 2. And press 2. Hold it! I said hold it! Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. I should probably ask him only one question at a time. Ask about this something. He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? Yeah, if I remember what it was, it wouldn't be called a something, would I? I wouldn't be calling it something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure? You really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. This is an incredibly crucial piece of information. Please, try to remember what it was. I'll try. In the meantime, let's talk of another point, namely what the bellboy did next. Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing... We're going back to the first statement. Hold it! Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be a poor, underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spy. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers? Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye and sort of sneaky spy-like.
I knew he was spying.
Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. We're gonna press this again, but this time we're gonna go for a different. We're gonna go for a different question. This time, we ask about the person inside. So, who is this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face?
Yeah.
I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you can do is see was the person's arm.
Yes, it's just like that.
Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... No. If you remember, please add it to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue. Alright. A wooden statue, Then this must be it. Objection! Everyone done shit a brick.
What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up!
It was me, Your Honor. Me? What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this.
Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out!
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw, was it this item?
Oh, hey, that's it! That's the something! Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out.
I recall when we found this at Madame God's mansion.
At the defendant's house? What does this mean?
Simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated one quarter in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. And then the bear being found at Madame God's mansion, Miss Ungod's mansion would be... It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Ungod is the killer's client.
Order, I said order!
Mr. Wright, this is the most unfortunate turn of events for you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court. I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial.
I can't let this happen. I have to do something.
There has to be something we've overlooked.
Your Honor! A minute, please!
Yes, Mr. Wright. There are still a few points that left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to further explore? The bear itself. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright. This was found at Mr. Ungard's mansion. However, Mr. Ungard was arrested at the hotel that night. Which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Ungard who took this bear to his mansion. Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Disaster verdict. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Ungard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. The killer and Ungard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Ungard Mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Ungard Mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Ungard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now.
This is too much, isn't it? They're gonna attack it all.
I have to try. I have to find something else. What will you do now, Mr. Wright? Do you plan to... I plan to expose a clearly shaky place in Mr. Powell's testimony. What? There's still another one? There is indeed, Your Honor. It's quite a questionable point. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? The person who received the bear. There was one thing in Mr. Powell's testimony that was very unclear, and that is the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure. Yeah! And the group has shit a brick. What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then give us a good reason why. Yeah, sorry. Actually, so I remember. I remember who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm, but the arm. It was like the Nickel Samurai's arm. I swear it. You got to be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was a Nickel Samurai. Order, order! It looks like you've dug your own grave yet again.
How many times is that today?
Oh, that's cute.
So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt on guard is the Nickel Samurai! Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Ungard. I see no reason for this trial to continue, therefore I will now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? I will now not... There is only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is a client of the assassin. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number two, that very same figurine was found at Ungard Mansion. However, it's possible that this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes. Is that all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the real client of the killer and therefore the real murderer? Well, switching scenes, let's do this. It's gotta be Adrian Andrews. Take that! Adrian Andrews? Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt Ungard for the crime. By wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. Oh! And then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw? That could have very well been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. Ungard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period? That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Ungard's mansion, it was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either.
How's with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell how Ungard did it.
I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the kill on someone else.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's not so petty. A murder of all things.
This is Satan Maya. This is Satan Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order! 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 All disrupted parties will be forced to leave the courtroom! Your Honor, for the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with this what-if game. Was what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered why would the criminal want this little wooden bear. He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to Ungard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts about Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Agent Andrews herself. I see. Excuse me. Well then, the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. March 23rd, 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold a hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian.
Oh, I swear this dinner will pay!
Mr. Nick!
Pearls? Where's Mia?
I don't know. Really strong power sent me called her away.
A really strong power.
Mr. Nick, your phone is...
It's from Gumshoe.
How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal?
Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto.
That's good, pal.
And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are?
We still don't have any leads, but...
What?! We don't have any more time!
If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful.
I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent! A tent?
I can see a circus tent.
Mia! It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I can see a circus tent outside the window, about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now?
There's only one, pal. The very big circus.
Maya is somewhere within a 300 feet radius of the main tent.
What? Oh, okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About 300 radius from the main tent. Hurry!
And I can see a mailbox under the window. Gumshoe! There's also a mailbox!
Okay, what else?
What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. Felt like I was in an old office building. Maybe the 3rd floor or so.
I heard her! An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay. Just hang in there. Just a little while longer, pal. Wish us luck.
Good luck!
I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die. Okay, pal?
Mia! Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved.
Don't you please hurry?
Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. I believe this is the second part of the the second, if not the most critical part of it. And I think this is going to be a big in. Yes, it's going to be a big one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stop, and in the next part, we're going to go with the second half of this case when Phoenix Wright, Justice for All continues right after this.